What is up, everyone? It's your boy Dave back again with Man United Talks, and today is the big one. The first big one of the season. It's Man United versus Liverpool. Can we talk about it? Of course we can, that's why we're here. Okay? Now, first things first, we're coming back from international break, and it hasn't done us any good, has it really? I mean, congrats to the teams that have qualified for the World Cup, and especially with our boys who've qualified, and Matic, the English boys, they qualified. Who else qualified? Romero, because Messi got a hat-trick, congrats. And Belgium, although I think they were already qualified. But speaking of Belgium, Fellaini is injured, and he will be out for 3 to 4 weeks. So that's possibly a month without Fellaini. And after the form he's been on, it's just absolutely deflating. It's upsetting. But we move on, okay? Now, last time out, the boys won 4-0 against bottom of the league. We were always going to turn up and win that game. I predicted we were going to win 4-0, and we went out and done that. Okay, good stuff, boys, good stuff. With goals from Lukaku, a brace from Fellaini, a goal from Mata to open the scoring. Rashford got a couple assists, Young got an assist, and Martial came off the bench and got an assist. Not what's to say, to be honest. It was a good game, for us anyway. And we're back from international break now. So, let's talk about the terrible, terrible people that live in Merseyside, Liverpool. They haven't been great this season, to be honest. Apart from who they beat, Arsenal 4-0. Yeah, and that was just, it's the best result they've had this season. Congrats to them. But since then they have only won one game against Leicester 3-2. They drew 2 of the last 3 games against Burnley and Newcastle, and they lost 5-0 to City. They lost 5-0 to City. 5-0. I'm not going to bag on them because City are the second best team in the league right now, regardless of why they're in first. They're only in first because, well, they actually have 1 goal difference. They beat Chelsea 1-0, and that 1 goal put them in first. Actually, no, they will be in first anyway by name difference. Whatever. City. Losers. Bunch of losers. Okay, this is our weekend, okay? Now, as for Liverpool, Mane's out, so that's a very big plus. No one likes Mane because he absolutely runs through you, and he's scary, and he's strong for a small man. He is so strong. I think, truthfully, Liverpool's weakest point is probably going to be Henderson. Because, and the reason I say this, I don't want any Liverpool fans to get upset. The reason I say this is because Henderson is not a holding midfielder, for one. And 2, he just gets forced in there, and he's just not that good. Like, he's a very solid player. He can pass the ball. He has a good shot sometimes, but only thing that makes him amazing is the fact that he can run for days. And I wouldn't, amazing is a bit of a stretch, but he's a good player, and fair play to him for being the captain and all that jazz. But I mean, apart from Liverpool's obvious weakness, which is their defense, I think, Henderson in midfield is not a good look for them. A holding midfielder anyway. I think they need a new holding midfielder. Ever since Lucas kind of went downhill, they haven't really had anyone to fill that role. Regardless, though, they do have the likes of Salah and Coutinho. Coutinho is someone who doesn't want to be at Liverpool, but he should and he could and should make the most of it while he's there to keep people interested in buying him. And to be honest, I don't rate Coutinho as highly as other people. I respect him, but I don't rate him as highly as other people. Other people think he's absolutely amazing. Only thing I see from him, the best thing I've seen him do in his career, I can't even say because it's all the same, really. He just takes long shots, and then he put us out Europa League with near post pass to Gea, which he should have saved. Not very happy about that, but what can you do? Okay, it was in the past, but for me, he's just someone who has a very good long shot. And people might say the same about Pogba, but that's obviously not true. But I don't really see anything else to his game apart from the fact that he has a good long shot. He's Brazilian, you know, he's got good close control and stuff, but nothing really separates him from the average looks of Liverpool. In my opinion, Liverpool's two best players are Salah and Mane. Salah, now, on the other hand, is ridiculously fast. He is a person who annoys me to play against. I love watching him when he's not playing us. Or when he didn't play for Liverpool anyway. I enjoyed watching him at Roma and even back at Chelsea. The man is absolutely rapid. He don't need a whole half a field to chase the ball. His acceleration is ridiculous. He only needs 2 yards in behind to get a ball, and he'll get it. If the service is great, now that's where Liverpool slack. Because who do they have in their team that's really like, I don't want to say world class because there's not many world class passers around. But who do they have in their team that can give him that service? That doesn't need half a field to make the pass. Like, you know. And also Firmino, the man with the whitest teeth in football. I have a lot of respect for him, although he hasn't been in form lately. And I don't know why Sturridge would start, but I wouldn't complain because that's less trouble for us if he does start. Now I've come up with some new tactical, I guess, analysis of how I think Liverpool will approach us. Just a little map out so that when I describe what I'm saying, it doesn't just, you don't just have to look at my face, but you can look at the graphic. Anyway, here we go. Hopefully I did this right. Yeah, okay. So, obviously the red is Liverpool because they're going to be home and we're the black. Now, Coutinho running down the left channel and cutting inside. That's what he does. That's what he loves to do. Salah is not a person who often drifts inside. Although he can do, I'm not saying he won't at all. Obviously he will. But see, what I expect from Coutinho mostly is to cut inside, because he's going to have a hell of a time trying to get at Valencia. Valencia is not going to give him an inch of space. And thankfully, Valencia was rested because he was suspended, but, you know, not bothered. He's going to have Coutinho in his pocket, I feel, unless he drifts in midfield. And as you see right there, I put Ander Herrera right next to Coutinho because I hope that he pockets him just as he did with Hazard against Chelsea when he had a phenomenal performance and what for me pushed him to player of the season, not just for United but for Chelsea. Regardless though, as for Salah, these are the runs I see him making in real life and also in this game because that's what he does. And I just realized I exposed my starting lineup without actually saying it. Anyway, and Firmino will just drift all about and get in. He'll try to get in behind, but I think Eric Bailly and Jones will do a solid job. And whoever decides to drift in the middle, I think Matic will just absolutely sweep him up. You know, that's that. Now, as for our boys, they had all international, solid international breaks. And truthfully, I don't want to sound like a douche, but we are just of a different class this season. I think there's 2, maybe 3 teams in the league, maybe even Tottenham, that you can say are in the class of us. Now, while we haven't played the hardest opposition, this is going to be our hardest game all season. I just think, for one, the run we've had in the beginning of the season has built up a momentum that could make us, I don't want to sound cocky, but unstoppable. Okay? Because all the help that we've, not help, but to have these easy fixtures has built up such a momentous run. We have not lost yet this season competitively. And I think it's going to help us. And I thank God, I thank whoever is in charge of scheduling the games for giving us this run, because it's going to put us in a great position to keep pushing. And when that first test, being Liverpool, shows up, we'll have the momentum to keep pushing, although it is after international break, which could slow things down a bit. But I just think it's perfect. It's lined up perfectly. And here's the lineup I'm going for the boys. In goal, obviously, Big Dave. Smalling and Bailly. The reason I've gone for Smalling and Bailly is because I do not know if Jones is fit, although I did put him in the tactical analysis. I don't know if Jones is fit, but if he is, obviously I would say Jones, but I'm putting Smalling because I know he is fit. Excuse me. Darmian at left back, and Matic and Herrera in midfield, obviously, because Fellaini is injured and Pogba is also injured. But there's Carrick, who will probably come off the bench, but who knows. Rashford, Mickey, and Mata across the midfield. I'll explain that later. Not really, doesn't need any explanation, but I will if you need me to. And Lukaku up top. So that's pretty much that. Now, you might go for someone a bit like Martial in this game because Liverpool have pretty awful right backs because Klein's injured, and they have Joe Gomez and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Arnold, from what I know, is actually a wide, I don't want to say winger, but he's a more attacking player than a fullback. But he got his start as a fullback because of, once again, injury issues for Liverpool, and Joe Gomez was, I think, out on loan last season. So I think whoever starts, honestly, Rashford's probably going to have fun with him. And then I feel bad for them when Martial comes on because he's going to absolutely do him. He's going to absolutely do him. Now, as for Mata, I was thinking Lingard, at first, because he's got the graft. But at the same time, the link-up play you get with Juan Mata in the team is just unmatchable by anyone else in the team. Pogba can pass, yes. Mickey can pass, yes. And Herrera, even, when he first came, was a good person with link-up play. But Mata consistently passes and moves and passes and moves and passes and moves, which is something you don't get with many other people. You get that from Martial, but Mata is so silky. I think it's essential to have him in the team for this game because Liverpool's defense isn't strong anyway. But with that play, the link-up play that Mata brings to the team, I think we'll just absolutely toss them apart. Don't worry about Moreno versus Mata because that's not going to be a thing because Mata's not going to play on the right wing. And hey, we're going to have a field day. Now, here's my analysis of how we should go for the game against Liverpool. Oh gosh, I hope I clicked the right one. Yes! Boom! Alright, so obviously I'm only showing the attacking points, and I showed our defensive points anyway, so it's irrelevant. Maybe I should have put Henderson in there, but honestly, he's irrelevant in terms of a defensive midfielder, in my opinion. Now, obviously on the left, you got Rashford, who's kind of going to make the same runs as Coutinho, but I feel as though Rashford's more direct than Coutinho, and I've put Joe Gomez as Liverpool's right back because he's been starting the last few games, and he is quite solid, but I think he may hold off Rashford a bit, but when Martial comes on, he's going to have no chance. A fresh Martial off the bench is going to absolutely ruin this man, and I'm not upset. Mickey, obviously, he's going to make runs left, right, central. He's going to move around. He's going to get everyone confused. Henderson's not going to know what to do with himself. Mata, as you can see, the line on the right is very thin because it's highly unlikely he'll make runs in behind, especially against Moreno. Although Moreno is a favorite to get out of position, Mata will more than likely drift inside. And as for Lukaku, he's just going to have a field day with Liverpool's defense, honestly. Matip is probably going to do all the heavy lifting because, for one, he's 6'5", and he's a big bloke, and he's gonna tussle with Lukaku. But Lukaku's, I feel, he's gonna just take him out of the game like he has done with something people have not recognized this season. Lukaku is famous for taking people out of the game, but people say he doesn't work hard, and that's confusing. But yeah, now that's that for the preview, boys and girls. As for the prediction, my first mind says 2-0, and then I thought 3-1. I think it would it'd be a bit unfair to give Liverpool the benefit of the doubt, and they probably will score because they're home. They're the home team. But if Bailly and Jones is on and rocking, I think we'll keep a clean sheet. But if no disrespect to Smalling, And I know that kind of it makes it irrelevant when you say no disrespect and then you say something, but I just Smalling and Bailly they don't work together. Not that they don't, but it's not as smooth as Jones and Bailly. They get each other and it works. So hopefully we pick up. I'm gonna say 3-1. Just I don't know why I'm giving Liverpool the benefit, but hey, they might get a goal. As for our goal scorers, I'm gonna say Lukaku, Mkhitaryan, and Martial off the bench. And Liverpool, Lord knows, I'll say Salah because he's my favorite Liverpool player when Mane's not fit. But yeah, that's been the preview, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy. It's been your boy Day. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Deuces, baby.